Give me a shit.
Flash is gonna bugger.
So fast, you guys are holding fire.
You have to set it every time. That's the best.
My last one, I gotta wait till it quits. I gotta put her in.
Good evening and welcome to Shaunavon Grad 2001.
We're your MCs for this evening. I'm Shyla Bailey.
I'm Jason Zacharias.
Would everyone please rise as Jennifer Gale and Krista Fulbright lead us in O Canada?
Okay.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in our sons come in. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
This year, Shaunavon had a few changes with impressions, or new teachers. The grade 12s had many impressions to make. This class is very funny and have had a lot of good times over their years in school.
The grade 12s have a unique style of their own that makes them who they are and who they are going to become.
Okay, just wait. Gotta find my spot. Please welcome Tyler McKellar and Roger Thenis as our salutatorians.
Well, it's great to be here tonight with all of these people here to come to attend our graduation.
Yeah, it's just a shame. I feel like I forgot something.
Rod, you didn't forget our speech, did you? I told you to bring it.
Well, I think I did. I just got all caught up in graduation here. And I was sitting there on the table. And just, poof, there I go, without the speech.
Well, good thing I brought an extra copy for you, Rod, so let's start off right.
There, you friend.
Good evening and salutations to all. I am Tyler McKellar.
And I'm Roger Thenis. We'd like to welcome you all to the welcome all the graduates, teachers, friends, and family to the graduation ceremonies of 2001.
Myself and Rod were chosen to be valedictorians a few weeks ago, which came as a great surprise to both of us.
What?
Oh, okay.
Well, we've just been informed that we weren't chosen as selected as valedictorians. It seems you need to have one of the higher averages in the class and be dedicated to your schoolwork. I think those reasons pretty much just justify why we were not considered.
Well, luckily for us and everyone else here tonight, we wrote a backup speech just in case our plan at being valedictorians was foiled. We thought that we would use this speech to introduce the ceremonies and our graduating class. It was a good thing we found lots of time to get this speech done. You would not believe how long you can stretch out the 2 days prior to grad. But anyways, here we go.
First off, we'd like to congratulate all our fellow grads for accomplishing such a giant step in our lives. Even though there was many times along the way when we seemed that this day seemed like it was in doubt. But we finally made it, folks. Yeehaw!
It seems this day could not come quick enough for most of us. This was pretty apparent when a quarter of our class decided not to return to school for the second semester. But as this last year rocketed past and we finally began to realize our final days of high school were dwindling away, it was great for just a moment to stand back and allow ourselves to be caught up in the euphoria of graduation. That big word I just used to show all the teachers we actually did learn a little something around us through the years. Albeit we tried our damnedest not to.
We'd like to thank all of our teachers. Without your time, help, and dedication, we would not be where we are today. We are sure that this day did not come fast enough for most of our teachers. We are sure they tried every way to make it come more rapidly. We may have been one big disruptive pain in the butt, but at least we made your days at school interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, pain in the butt, that's cool. Over the past 5 years, our class has grown and matured. I know the teachers probably don't think so, but we have. Our bond of friendship has been strengthened with the good times, bad times, and the time spent partying together, which usually led to the good and bad times. People say high school is the hardest part of growing up. You enter as a maturing youth, but leave it as a young adult, hopefully.
High school may be a very hard time in a person's life, but with the friendship that we've made over these school years, it just hasn't seemed that hard at all. And I guess we'd like to thank our parents now, seeing as Mr. McKellar threatened us with bodily harm if we didn't. If it was not for all our parents' time, love, and especially their money, we would not be here today. It was you parents who shaped and molded us into the supreme beings you see before you. Thank you.
And just to go with our theme, all the places we could go, like to university.
All the places we can go with our athletic abilities.
All the places we could go, like Fritz's house after these ceremonies. Well, I guess we should quit prolonging the evening so we can get out to the party quicker. Unless you have anything to add, Rod.
Actually, I would just like to add tell everyone one little thing. Shane Peters pants in grade 1.
Thanks for your time and good night. Enjoy the ceremony.
Good night.
They Thanks for not showing us the rod show.
Mr. Goslick and Mr. Sebastian would now come up and make fun of the grads. Introduce the grads while Mr. Bennett presents the scrolls.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, graduates. It's my pleasure this evening to, along with Mr. Owen Sebastian, introduce to you the graduates this evening. Please take our comments as the fun that they are intended. They're to give you a little caption of the students as we came to know them. To begin with, we have Tyler McKellar. First of all, I'd like to say I would have liked one copy of some homework that Tyler and Rod did. 2, not. Tyler is one of those students we call an instigator. He's quiet and unimposing in class, but he does things that get other students in trouble, particularly Rod. This year, Tyler played football, where he was the MVP and top defensive player, played spring league basketball, and became known as the Richard Brodeur of the Floor Hockey League. He's also been on the honor roll for 5 years. Tyler plans to attend work after school. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce Shane Wagner. Now, they already stole some of my stuff about Shane here, so I guess I'll just have to go on. Now, Shane is known for the various muscle cars he's owned. Everyone has seen him speeding along in his Sprint or tearing up the roads in his Tempo. Now, Shane also acquired the nickname Three Brow this past year because he shaved his eyebrow into a stripe pattern, and it's taken a little while to grow back. Besides playing football, where he was the Rookie of the Year, and basketball, Shane won the Top Science Award at Color Night this year. And he spent his entire SHS career on the honor roll. Shane is enrolled in the University of Saskatchewan, where he plans to study law. I hope you're ready for all the lawyer jokes.
Ryan Noseworthy. Ryan enjoys skateboarding and snowboarding, but after his harrowing experience at Elkwater, we think he should reconsider snowboarding. We're told Ryan is a very good cook. With an entire cable network devoted to the subject, could a TV show be far behind? Ryan is living and working in Airdrie, Alberta. Best of luck, Ryan.
Next, we have Clayton Bastura. Now, some of the staff at the high school think that Clayton has TB, or tiny bladder. He will ask to go to the bathroom in all 5 classes over the course of a typical school day. On the positive side, Clayton excels at many sports, particularly hockey. Although, as his bent clubs show, golf presents him with some challenges. He's also was a member of the Shadows football team and will be remembered for his love of floor hockey. Clayton's undecided about what he plans for his future plans are, but he will be entering the workforce when school is done. Congratulations, Clayton.
Michael Cruzdahl. Mike's dad was sharing a story with me the other day about Mike and Cameron McPherson when they were younger. Apparently Cameron had a more developed vocabulary. And they were playing in the sandbox, and Cameron yelled, "Awesome!" And Michael said, "I'll have some too." Mike has done many things in the school and community. He's played basketball, volleyball, and football, and has been a member of the peer support team and is a lifeguard. He plans to study orthodontics at the University of Saskatchewan, but we wonder if his secret ambition isn't to be a computer hacker, since he's been able to get into our central storm windows on the computer system at school. Maybe that's why Michael won the computer award this year. The things we find out. Michael spent all 5 years in high school on the honor roll. Congratulations, Michael.
Now I'd like to introduce Ron Hart. With his love of basketball and tattoos, Ron could go on to be the next Dennis Rodman of the NBA. Ron should also maybe even consider joining the Los Angeles Lakers, where he could teach Shaquille O'Neal a thing or two about free throws if you'd watch any of the playoff games this past year. Ron was a co-MVP of the basketball team this year, and he plans either to stay in Shaunavon or to move to Medicine Hat to work when school's finished. Congratulations, Ron.
Introducing Adam McInnes. Look at those legs. I don't suppose you want to show everybody what a true Scotsman wears under that kilt. Adam can be seen coming from a long way away since he stands a head taller than everybody else. He's, as you can tell, very self-confident. He's the first student I've ever taught who'd wear a kilt to grad, and he plays the bagpipes. He's been active in Air Cadets and may pursue a career in the military, although he has active interests in history, science, and ancient cultures. We wish you all the best, Adam.
Next, we have Jason Zult. For those of you who don't know Jason, don't form your opinion of him from his articles in the Standard. He isn't really that desperate. Jason was the co-MVP of the basketball this year, and he played football as well. Mr. Miller, who has seen Jason on the court and on the field for years, just wanted us to tell you that if grunting helps you in life, you'll certainly go far. Jason will be remembered most for his hairstyles. No hair, blue hair, racing stripes, and now the dreadlocks. Jason won the Social Studies and French Awards and has been on the honor roll all his years at Shaunavon High School. Jason is going to Briarcrest to study audiovisual technology when the fall resumes. Congratulations, Jason.
Roderick Thenis. My first introduction to Rod came at the Catholic Church, the old Catholic Church. I'd be seated somewhere at the back and there'd be this young fellow shimmying up the poles. He hasn't sit still since. In grade 7, he made all the girls believe he had a hyperactive disorder, and he needed to take pills to control it. The pills were really cough drops. But Rod, you didn't have to go that far to convince anybody you have a hyperactive disorder. Rod played football and won the Kelly O'Brien Award for the most dedicated player. Rod plans to work when school is done. We wish you all the best.
Next, we have Quentin Cairns. Now, in media studies, Quentin is best known for his starring role as the rare bucktooth chinchilla. It's It's amazing the things that people will tell you when you just ask them. Quinton is also known for his love of hockey, although he does spend a great deal of time in the penalty box. He also played an important role on the Shadows football offensive backfield this past year. Quinton is going to Nipawin this fall to pursue his dream of playing hockey. Congratulations, Quinton.
Sean Pearl. Sean is involved in volleyball, badminton, and track, and is known by one of his nicknames, Pro. Sean's a real nice guy. How'd you ever get mixed up with the likes of Clayton and Rod? Sean was the MVP of the volleyball team this year, represented the district in badminton in Moose Jaw, and was selected the male athlete of our high school this year. Sean plans to work in Brooks, Alberta when school is out. Best wishes, Sean.
Next we have Travis Megenberg. Now, although Travis plans to pursue a degree in education, a career in lending might be more appropriate. He's always lending students paper, money, pens, and a variety of other things. His other career options might be a surveyor for Pepsi conducting the Pepsi Challenge, or to work at Shaunavon GM, because we all know how much Travis loves General Motors products. I see the hate in his eyes there. Travis provided a valuable service by posting the Boomtown News every day, which required a great deal of patience because it always seemed to disappear by 10 a.m. in the morning. By the way, has Jeremy ever paid you back? Congratulations, Travis, and best of luck in your future.
Introducing Devin Fritz. Devin is known for his offbeat sense of humor. In grade 7, he won the Funniest Guy in the World award. And he can always be counted upon to make some hilarious comment at the most serious of moments. Devin, did you know how hard it is for teachers to keep a straight face when you make those cracks? Devin plans to join the workforce when school is done. Congratulations, Devin.
Next, we have Aaron Lambie. Now, Aaron will be remembered at Shaunavon High School for being an expert at skateboarding and snowboarding, but what his mother plans to forget are the holes he punched in the wall. Now, Aaron's undecided about what he plans to do, so he plans to enter the workforce when school is done. Mrs. Carlton suggests that maybe you pursue a career in the culinary arts, since the cheesecake you gave her was to die for. Congratulations, Aaron.
Jeremy Stork. Some staff members think that Jeremy needs to look up the word smile in the dictionary, since he hasn't seemed to quite grasp that concept. Things aren't that bad, Jeremy. Lighten up. Jeremy played volleyball and basketball and has been on the honor roll his entire career at SHS. Jeremy is going to the University of Saskatchewan this fall to study engineering. Best of luck.
Next we have Amber Nielsen. Now everyone knows that Amber has been interested in a wide variety of activities such as drama, SRC, farm safety presentations, but how many people know she has a very unusual pet, a rat named Belly? One of Amber's most memorable classes was when she made Bambinos with Travis. All we know is that it has something to do with home ec, but that's all we're saying on that subject. Amber won the Best Actress award this year for drama, and has spent the last 5 years on the honor roll. Amber's going to Moose Jaw to study accounting at SciAst. Congratulations, Amber, and good luck.
Presenting Jeff Nelson. Jeff is the Les Nessman of Shaunavon High School. Like the famous newsman of WKRP in Cincinnati, Jeff always has some sort of injury. He could be known as our Tim the Toolman Taylor because he's on a first name basis with everybody in the emergency room. Jeff can always be seen with his best friend, his cell phone. Jeff played on the Shadows football team. Jeff plans to work after school and is considering a career with the RCMP. Best of luck, Jeff.
Next, we have Vanessa Urban. My, you look nice this evening, Vanessa. Did your mother dress you? I ask because I've been told that you've had trouble putting on your basketball shorts the right way. Vanessa will be remembered for attending school in a wheelchair, for her loud outbursts, and for turning beet red when she's embarrassed. I think it's coming on now. This past year, Vanessa played golf and was on the basketball team. And when school's finished, Vanessa will be traveling to Spain. Good luck, Vanessa.
Before I move on to the next one, I just want to know if anybody else knowed that spot on Vanessa's dress from when she stood at supper. Now her face really is red. Katie Toolsey. Katie was selected our top female athlete of the year, as well as MVP of the basketball team. However, I can't say all my memories of Katie are fond ones. Since I've had to ride with her to tournaments in enclosed spaces. This girl has a gas problem. Don't take her to A&W. It had to come out sometime, Kate. Literally. On a more serious note, this past year, Katie was awarded the most improved student in the grade 12 group. Katie will be attending the University of British Columbia to pursue a career in advertising, but we think her secret ambition is to be a Walmart greeter. On occasion, I've had this young lady in a mall, and she'll walk up to complete strangers and hug them and carry on a conversation as if she's known them for their entire life. Best of luck, Katie.
I'm glad Bob delivered that one. Next we have Stephanie Illerbrun. Now, if you want to know something about sports, Stephanie's the person to talk to. Just ask her which end of the ice you'll find the end zone, or how she liked the game between the Edmonton and the Oilers. Stephanie was a member of the peer support team this past year, and Stephanie's going to Medicine Hat to work while she considers a career in social work. Congratulations, Stephanie.
Maria Lewins. Maria has an eclectic fashion sense. She dresses in the most bizarre costumes for Spirit Days, wears wild outfits on the soccer field, and who can forget that elderly woman attire that you wore to the Delisle basketball tournament last year? Between games in Delisle and on the streets of Saskatoon, she was dressed up like an old lady. Maria was our SRC president and was involved in drama, soccer, golf, volleyball, badminton, track, and curling. She went to provincials in track, was voted the top defensive player on the basketball team, and was the best supporting actress in drama. She's been on the honor roll for 5 straight years, earning an academic S. Although Maria plans to take kinesiology at the University of Saskatchewan, her dream is to play in the WNBA. We hope you can bring home the bacon, Maria.
Next is Jennifer Horn. Now, Jennifer plans to take accounting at university this fall, and we're sure she'll succeed because she definitely knows how to work the system. In elementary school, she was always able to get out of going outside at recess and noon hour by volunteering to be the hall monitor who ensured that all the other students went outside. Of course, she had to stay inside while she was doing that. Congratulations, Jennifer, and best of luck.
Curtis Yankee. I can't say that we've done the best of job with Curtis in school. He came in to write his departmental in biology, and he had to ask for a pen. It seems you need one of those, Curtis. Other directions seem to pose a problem for Curtis as well. While in Swift Current for the track meet, Curtis got lost, and he almost missed the bus. Curtis plans to seek employment after school. Best wishes, Curtis.
Cam McPherson. Now, Cam and Ron Hart are best of friends, but you wouldn't know it when you see them together. They'll try to kill each other when they're playing floor hockey against each other. And when they're in class together, they bicker like an old married couple. What will your peers remember most about you, Cam? That you and your truck are inseparable. Cam plans to stay in Shaunavon to work when school's finished. Congratulations, Cam.
Introducing Janelle Roy. Janelle has always been conscientious about how she spends her time. She believes if you spend more than 1 hour writing a final exam, you're wasting it. Janelle, Mr. Sebastian and I were wondering who your escort was tonight. We sure hope it's not that doll Amber gave you. Janelle's future plans are undecided. Best wishes.
Next we have Nicole Steinley, I think. Yeah. Nicole is a self-proclaimed teacher's pet. Maybe she's right, since the teacher selected her as the recipient of the student with the most outstanding work ethic. When Nicole isn't doing schoolwork, she can be found vigorously arguing some point or another, or snapping at Adam when he annoys her, which seems to be quite often. Congratulations, Nicole, and best of luck in the future.
Jennifer LaBerge. Jennifer is a quiet, conscientious student who is a pleasure to have in the class. But when she is with her sister, look out. Jennifer, do you think it's wise to move in with her next year when you go to the University of Saskatchewan to study elementary education? Jennifer was on the soccer team, curling team, and peer support. She won the mathematics award this year and has spent 5 years on the honor roll. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Next is Stephanie Reardon. Stephanie finished her coursework last semester, so she hasn't been with us since January. Unfortunately, we're no longer blessed with her smiling face and her sunny disposition.
Not.
Stephanie's a very good athlete. She's a strong basketball player who won Defensive Player of the Year in grade 11. Stephanie was a good defender, aggressive and quick, but I believe a significant part of her game was intimidation of her opponents. Stephanie plans to enter the workforce now that school is done. Good luck and congratulations.
Chantel Tatro. Chantel is a hockey fanatic. She's obsessed with the Broncos, and you don't dare say anything negative about the Toronto Maple Leafs, or more particularly number 13, Matt Sundin. Wherever the road takes you, Chantel, your brothers tell us they'll come to visit you in your cardboard box. Chantel is involved in golf and volleyball this year, and her ambition is to become a marine biologist. Best wishes, Chantel.
Next we have Shannon Poppy. Who can ever forget the famous, or shall I say infamous, hippie van Shannon drove to school on Halloween? For some reason, I can't see Shannon as a flower child, though. She's just too aggressive to spread peace and love all over the world, as she and Maria showed when they were demonstrated their wrestling skills in the gym. Maybe the WWF would be more appropriate for Shannon. You always know when Shannon is coming down the hallway because her feet move at tremendous speeds and her shoes clickety-clack on the floor as she goes along. Shannon was part of the soccer, the basketball, curling, and track teams this past year and has been on the honor roll for all her years at SHS. Shannon will be going to the University of Saskatchewan this fall to study arts and science. Good luck and congratulations.
Miranda McMillan. Miranda has shown her fellow students her artistic talents on many occasions. She's been known to draw portraits of her classmates on the windows of the bus on the drive into school. Miranda is moving to Medicine Hat when school is done and is considering a career in interior design where she can put her talents to a more practical use. Best wishes, Miranda.
Next is Kim Wright. Kim, our sources tell us that you're thinking about becoming a teacher. After attending SHS, you've been given plenty of opportunities to see the many things that teachers do to try to get students to hand in assignments, to motivate students to learn. Hopefully you've picked out the best ones and know which ones are successful. Congratulations and best of luck.
Crystal Fluker. Crystal knows firsthand what a good sense of hearing I have, since she was caught passing notes on many occasions in my classes. We're told that Crystal apparently likes to be alone because every weekend she's always saying, "Don't worry about me, go on, leave me here, I'll be fine." The funny thing is that when they've arrived at their destination, she's with them. Crystal is going to study cosmetology in Medicine Hat this fall. Best luck.
Carrie Creighton. Now, to mark the new century, Carrie decided to grow millennium hair and didn't shave her legs for the longest period of time. Perhaps she was doing what many athletes do at playoff time for good luck or something. This past year, Carrie was the MVP of the girls' volleyball team and managed the girls' basketball team. She also won the English Award at Color Night and has been on the honor roll for the 5 years she's been at Shaunavon High School. Carrie does well academically and has been accepted to the College of Arts and Science at the University of Saskatchewan. Good luck, Carrie, and congratulations.
Sabrina Ruist. Sabrina is a quiet, polite, hardworking student who gets along well with everybody. But her classmates say that underneath, she's the meanest, toughest person in the world. And Travis Meganburr has the scars to prove it. Her classmates tell us that dining with Sabrina is not a pleasant experience. Partway through the meal, she'll start talking about butchering cattle or other appetizing topics. Sabrina played soccer, basketball, and volleyball this year, was the MVP of her volleyball team, and the top defensive player of the soccer team. Sabrina plans to go to Lethbridge next year to study education. Best wishes, Sabrina.
Courtney Odette. Courtney's motto seems to be, if at first you don't succeed, try again. I say that because driving seems to pose some challenges for her. She needed 7 tries to get her driver's license. Speaking of driving, we're told that once while driving a garden tractor, you wrote your name on a lawn somewhere. Courtney's going to the University of Saskatchewan where she plans to enter the College of Arts and Science. Best of luck, Courtney.
Jillian Illebrin, also known as Pixie. I can't see her mother right now, but I bet her eyes aren't very dry. I recall that her mother told me that Jillian was named after a character that her mother was reading while she was with a child. Speaking of reading, Jillian is an avid reader of the Southwest Booster. Why, you might ask? She's looking for cars. She's very knowledgeable about the makes, models, and years of cars. Jillian plans to move to Medicine Hat after school is done. Do you think the streets of Medicine Hat are going to be the same? Best luck in your future plans, Jillian.
Last but not least, Scott Schreiner. We're told that Scott knows what time the sprinklers come on the football field, having been sprayed by them early one Saturday morning while he frolicked in the grass with a friend. Well, Scott is a student who always has his work done. In fact, it's done so quickly, it's handed in almost before the teacher has a chance to hand out the rest of the assignments. And Scott's favorite activity is drama. He won the Best Actor Award this year for his role as a famous bloodsucker, the taxman. Dracula. Congratulations, Scott, and best of luck in the future.
We'd like to call the graduating class of the year 2001 back onto the stage, please.
Graduating class of Shaunavon High School 2000.
They're calling for a standing ovation.
Address.
Just like to welcome everybody here. They left me off the program again, so that just tells you somebody's trying to say something. On behalf of Shaunavon High School, I would like to welcome the graduates, their families, and friends. It is with great pleasure that I stand here to congratulate these students on their hard work, determination over the past 13 years. This year's theme of all the places we could go is very fitting for this group of graduates. These students have such a wide variety of talents and strengths, which may take them all over Canada or perhaps the world. I would like to take a minute just to mention some of the specific strengths of this class. Academically, Jennifer LaBerge and Carrie Creighton are very strong, focused, dedicated students who can compete nationally. Athletically, Clayton Bastura, Quentin Cairns, Roderick Venus, Jeff Nelson have excelled on the ice and on the field. There are those students who combine both academics and athletics. Michael Cruz-Dahl, Jeremy Stork, Tyler McKellar, Shannon Poppy, Sean Perot, Katie Toolsey, Jason Zalt, Shane Wagner, all had outstanding athletic careers, but also found time to succeed in the classroom. We appreciate not only the academic or athletic strengths in our school that we can see, but also strength of character. Jillian Illebrin, Michelle Hunter, Crystal Fluker, Trevor Willman, Nicole Steinley, Teresa Dunn are just some of the students who have succeeded while overcoming many of life's challenges. Jennifer Horn, Ryan Noseworthy, Stephanie Illebrin, Stephanie Reardon, and Janelle Roy were part of a group of students who showed that not only are they bright, but fast, as they finished school 5 months early and left our school in January to start their new lives. Then there are those individuals like Vanessa Irvin, Devin Fritz, Curtis Yankee that made our school a better place with humor and laughter. While others like Courtney Audette, Miranda McMillan, Adam McInnes, Kim Wright, Chantel Tatro, Aaron Lambie were quietly growing up, making us very proud of the men and women they have become. Once again, our students have shone artistically. Scott Schreiner, Amber Nielsen kept us glued to the stage in every drama production, while Nicole Hansen's vocal and musical talents may be the best we've ever had at our school. And then there's Maria Lewins. a great SRC president who worked harder than anyone else at making this school the best it can be. And lastly, Ron Hart, Cam McPherson, Travis Megenberg, and Sabrina Roost are some of the nicest students we've ever had in our school. They made our school a better place just by being there. I commend all of you who have made it to today. I would like to thank you and our staff, the staff at Christ the King and the public school, who have played an important role in the development of these fine men and women. I look forward to hearing from you about the many places you've gone in the future, and I wish you all the best. Congratulations and have a safe grad.
Now we can all sit back and watch the slideshow of the grads.
Guess I'm stuck in a dream, surrounded by colored leaves on the ground. As I stare at the tree, I see one fall down on my hand. As I start to explore, I can't ignore. He turned his head around, his face was so warm by the sun. my fire, the one desire, believe when I say I want it that way. Our two worlds can't reach to your heart when you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a darling. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. I want it that way. How many times have your friends laid it down? Just open up your heart. Just open up your mind. How many times has your face slipped away? Well, is anybody safe? Does anybody pray? Oh, life is waiting. It's all messed up, but we're alive. Life is waiting for you. It's all messed up, but we'll survive. The chance of life, get ready, set, fly high. The fear of your mind, go for it. It's hit or miss. Too late for you to quit. You gotta show 'em how bad you really want this. So live your dream. It's not as hard as it may seem. To get the cream on your hopes, you must lean on your fear. You have to wean yourself. It's all or nothing. Whoever said there's nothing you would do, son, never thought much about me. What's good for you is good for me, and what's bad for you is bad for me. What's good for me, and what's bad for you is bad for me. Well, others break down and people break down and other things break down too. So let's go down together, down together, down together. Let's go down.
grade 12 class is full of athletes that we are sure to miss at SHS. With contributions to every team in our school, there's bound to be a few stories to tell.
From what I've heard in the locker room during our football games and practices, we're all bound to see some of the football players, especially Rod, on Much Music pretty soon.
The senior silhouettes will be losing 5 players and a manager from our basketball team. The stories could be told forever, from Sasha's craziness, which will never be forgotten, to the stops for Tums for Karma, and to how full our team was becoming after Mia got us our bacon.
Then there's the Senior Shadows basketball team. The guys were teenage dirtbags, and Jason got a discount at the mall with his Sears shirt, I guess. And Mike decided that, no. Oh yeah, Mike decided that his name should be Woody.
We will now begin with the presentation of scholarships and bursaries.
Andy Koch will present the Elks Prize. It's here, so just, I don't know, think of happy thoughts or something.
Thank you. I'd like to congratulate the graduates of the year 2001. You're a fine-looking bunch. I'm sure you'll do Shaunavon proud in the future. It is my pleasure tonight to present the Elks Prize, and each year the Elks Prize is awarded to the student with the highest average for the grade 12s. And this year it is my extreme pleasure to announce Carrie Creighton as winner of the Elks Prize.
Liz Swart will be presenting the Royal Purple Scholarship.
It gives me great pleasure to congratulate the grads on behalf of the Royal Purple of Shaunavon. I remember some of you in public school, and I'm very proud to see you sitting there as such wonderful young men and ladies tonight. And I wish you all the best in the future. It gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of the Royal Purple Scholarship as Jennifer LaBerge.
Legion Ladies Auxiliary Bursary and the Legion Poppy Campaign Bursary will be presented by Mary Bailey and Margaret Brady.
I'd like to congratulate our grads and our Ladies Auxiliary Award is going to Jeremy Stork.
"13 years ago, you entered the halls of learning. You started kindergarten as little children, little boys, little girls. You have grown over the years. You've gone through public school, junior high, now high school. Today, you reach another milestone in your life. You are leaving school, not as little children, but as young men and young women. On behalf of the Royal Canadian Legion, I congratulate you, wish you all every success in your future endeavors. It is with great pleasure I call on Jeremy Stoll and Kerry Crichton to receive the Royal Canadian Legion Chocolate Packet.
Rita Anderson will be presenting the Angus Willett Bursary.
Congratulations, graduates. On behalf of the Shaunavon School Board and the high school, I'm pleased to present the Angus Willett Memorial Bursary for $400 to this year's award winner, Jennifer LeBurge.
The Shaunavon Parent-Teacher Association Bursary will be presented by Kathy Collins.
I would like to congratulate the entire class on behalf of the Parent-Teacher Association. You've all done wonderful, and we look forward to seeing what happens in your futures. Our award is given to a student that is very well-rounded and gives generously of their time, and I would like to call Jason Zalt forward.
Peter Illebren will now present the Shawnee Club Prize.
Congratulations to all the graduates. It's my great pleasure to offer this prize here from the Shawnee Club here of Shaunavon to Jennifer LeBurge.
Jim Coulter will be presenting the Hometown Club Bursary.
Chairperson, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, the Hometown Club of Shaunavon chose as its motto, making our community an even better place to live. Part of that is done by awarding 2 $400 scholarships, one for a student bound for university and one for a trade or technical school. Tonight we would like to give these scholarships in memory of a deceased member of our club, Don Ross, who was a longtime member of the school board in this community. We are proud to present these scholarships to Crystal Fluker and Jennifer LeBurge.
The Kinsman Club Bursary will be presented by Garrett Thenis.
Congratulations, graduates, on behalf of the Shaunavon Kinsman Club. Our bursary meets the requirement that the person is going to tech school in the fall, and although we had 2 very worthy individuals this year, Amber Nielsen was selected by us to receive this bursary.
Barb Fluker will present the Knetz bursary.
On behalf of the Shaunavon Knetz, I would like to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2001 and all the best in the future. And I would like to call upon Michael Krusdahl to accept our bursary, please.
The Knights of Columbus bursary will now be presented by Norm Lavoie.
Each year, the Knights of Columbus award a $500 scholarship to one of the students from the graduating class, and the criteria we use for judging that scholarship is based on three things: academic standing, a reasonable academic standing, involvement in their church, and most importantly is volunteerism and involvement in their community. And I'm pleased to announce that this year's winner is Maria Lewins.
Rob Collins will present the Norm Bakke Memorial Scholarship.
Congratulations, grads. Norm Bakke was a former teacher in Shaunavon who passed away during his teaching career. His passion was teaching mathematics. So this memorial fund has been set up for him. Two of the key criteria for this award is the student must have good academic standing and must demonstrate a favorable attitude, commitment towards school. I'd like to call upon Amber Nielsen to come up and accept this.
The Charles Weiss Bussey Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Christine Smith.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I consider it a great honor to be able to present this award on behalf of the family of the late Charles Weiss Bussey. He valued post-secondary education very much, and it's my pleasure tonight to be able to present this award to a fine young man who I've known for quite some time, Shane Wagner.
Greg Bayless will now present the Shaunavon High School prize.
All the best, graduates, on behalf of the Shaunavon High School. This prize, $300 prize, is given to the graduating student who has the third highest average this year. And Shane, come on back up, that's you.
Ron McKellar will now present the Shaunavon Credit Union Youth Bursary.
On a personal note, I'd like to congratulate the graduates. Tyler's mother and I have been sitting back there knowing that this is our baby who's graduating, so it's been kind of a tough night for us. On behalf of the board, management, and staff of the Shaunavon Credit Union, I'm very pleased to be able to present three $500 student bursaries tonight. And I would call on Shannon Poppy, Jennifer Labarge, and Travis Megenberg.
Studies Scholarship will be presented by Gary LaRose.
Congratulations, grads. Well accomplishment you've all done. For a wildlife bursary, I'd like to call upon Shannon Poppy, please.
The Husky Energy Awards will be presented by Vince Stevenson.
On behalf of Husky, I'd like to congratulate all the grads. Husky gives out two $1,000 bursaries. The first one is a fellowship award. The following criteria should be met by the students: is a good scholastic average, meaningful contribution to school, community involvement, such as activities, SRC, extracurricular, and exhibiting a very good positive influence in the school. And I am proud to present this to Maria Lewins. And the second one is the Husky Energy Academic Achievement Award. For this one, the student must possess an outstanding scholastic average, exhibit a positive lifestyle, and be a very strong contributor in some leadership capacity within the school. And I'm proud to present this one to Jason Zalt.
Audrey Carlton will now present the Patty Bredell Memorial Scholarship.
Good evening. Patty Bredell was a friend of mine whose life ended tragically in a motorcycle accident when we were high school students. And her family established a scholarship in her memory. And it's my pleasure to present the scholarship to Shannon Poppy.
The Shaunavon Youth Ball Scholarship will now be presented by Paul Shaunavon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to take this moment to congratulate the grads. A very big accomplishment, and I'd like to give you a hand. Good job, grads. I also think it should be noted that while Bob found some humor in Vanessa's stain on her dress and the gas bomb at A&W, Bob stood up here for all his presentations with his fly open, so I don't know who the locks are. The Shaunavon Youth Ball Scholarship, a couple of the items of criteria are to be, you have to be registered in Shaunavon Youth Ball for 2 years, starting from girls' might toss or boys' toss ball up. And you must be furthering your education in post-secondary course of some kind. It is with great pleasure to give the Shaunavon Youth Ball Scholarship to Jeremy Stork.
Bobby Smith will be presenting the Frederick Delango Memorial Scholarship. And you guys might have to give me a little help finding him because he's a little short midget guy somewhere. I don't know where he is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get to the scholarship, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the graduates on their accomplishments and wish them the best of luck with their future plans. It's my privilege to present the Frederick DeLong Memorial Scholarship. This award is presented to a grade Grade 2 student, yeah, right. Grade 12 student with an academic average 80% or higher. That average is determined by averaging 2 compulsory grade 12 subjects, English and history, with any other 4 classes taken at the grade 12 level. The recipient must, also demonstrate an interest and ability in mathematics, as well as demonstrating a commitment to the school and extracurricular activities. It gives me great pleasure to present the Frederick DeLange Memorial Scholarship for $375 to this year's recipient, Shane Wagner.
We would now like to present to you the valedictorian of the 2001 graduating class, Jason Zalt.
Katie wants me to say olive juice. Olive juice, Katie. Okay, if none of my jokes are funny, just laugh anyways, and I'll be happy. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read the book by Dr. Seuss called Oh, the Places You'll Go, and it's the theme of our grad, so it's hot up here. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who will decide where to go. You'll look up and down the streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener out there in the wide open air. Out there can happen and frequently do to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up, you'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you'll fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you'll be the top of all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. And I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true, that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch and with an unpleasant bump. And then chances are, then, you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. You'll come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right and 3/4, or maybe not quite. Or go around back and sneak in the front, and sneak in from behind. Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. You can get so confused that you'll start to race down long wiggled roads at break-necking pace, and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, for a most useless place, the waiting place. For people just waiting, waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for the hair to grow. Everyone's just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite. Waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape. All that waiting and staying, you'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go, there's fun to be done. There are points to be scored, there are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame, you'll be famous as famous can be, and the whole wide world will be watching you on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win, because you're playing against you. All alone, whether you like it or not. Alone will be something, you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance that you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that scare you so much you just won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather will be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go through the Hacken's crack howl. Onward up many a frightening creek. Straight through your arms may get sore, and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up your problems, whatever they are. You get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You will get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. But so be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And you will succeed. Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Bucksbaum or Bixley or Bray, or Mordecai Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Okay. Don't worry, I have to go to the bathroom, so this will be short. Thank you for all coming to Shaunavon Grad 2001. Well, it's been about 13 years in the making, but it's finally happening. We're graduating. Rock on, guys. So now I'm supposed to tell you the secrets of success. But since I don't want any of you doing any better than I am, I'm not going to tell you. I'm serious, I'm not. You're on your own. What are you laughing at? I will tell you one thing though. No matter what happens to you in the future, remember that since we're classmates, I get to stay at your house for free and eat all your food. I'm sorry, this is funny to me. I believe that Yoda said it best when he said, "Go you must." Even Yoda knew that Luke would eventually have to go on. We've now reached that point in our lives. We're heading out in the real world. It's time for us to slay the forces of the dark side. And I know Rod's ready, because he's been practicing his Jedi moves in gym class all year round. That's funny to me too. Just think, now we'll be living on our own. We're taking that giant leap out of the airplane, and our parents are right behind us, pushing us out without a parachute. Almost too happy to see us falling down. But then they drive away and think about what they're going to do with that empty room they just obtained. Okay, I gotta sing here, so I gotta get ready. So this is love. So this is love. There's more, but I won't go on. I believe Blink-182 said it best about love when they said, "In the car, I just can't wait to pick you up on your very first date. Is it cool if I hold your hand?" Love. It's gonna happen to all of you. Even you so-called players like Stork. You're gonna be the first one to tie the knot, I know it. So, the only advice I can give you is that when love happens, so does dumping. And the only advice I can give you on being dumped is on, if you ever get dumped on Valentine's Day and then your ex is currently engaged, just smile. I'm fine. Oh man, this is hilarious. All right. Our class can be basically broken up into 4 main groups. The studious, the pucks, the dead sexy, namely me. I am pretty sexy. Well, come to think of it, I think it's just me in that group. Call me. And the party wiggers. So I know a lot of our class is a bunch of big wiggers, so I gotta get my wigger stuff on. Hang on a sec. Oh man, this is funny. Hang on, one more thing. All right. Okay. Yo, what up, boys? Come on, give me some love. What up? We did it, yo. We's getting out of the hood, y'all. But I want you to not forget your roots. We grew up in the West Side. And we'll die in the West Side. So you best be representing, yo. Represent! Much love, much love. So when you all got your gold teeth, you remember all you boys and girls in the projects? Keep it real, or I'll bust a cap in your face. That's right. So keep on pimping them ladies. Okay, here's about as serious as I get. I just want to leave all of you graduating with me here just one piece of advice. Have fun. Don't be one of those people that are so caught up in the greatness of the past that they hate the present and the future. Those people say that the high school are the best days of our lives. But I say today and tomorrow are the best days of our lives. High school is fun, but I know that real life is going to be fun too. Now, we can go to another country like, say, Spain, and try and sink our teeth into the local delicacies. Oh, and food. We are going to be totally in control of our lives. If you don't want to go to post-secondary school, don't. Hate broccoli? Don't eat it. Think showering is too much energy like I do? You don't have to do it anymore. Do you hate the confines of underwear? Be free. It feels good, believe me. Right, Mike? You know what I'm talking about. So whether you be like Devin and become a world-class gynecologist or a home ec teacher, never forget to have fun. And finally, here's my last little bit of advice for tonight. The Bible says in Proverbs 20:13, "Do not love sleep, or you will grow poor. Stay awake, and you'll have food to spare." So everyone, no sleeping tonight. Draw hard. Thank you.
The grads, I guess, would like to thank Patty and Donna for the flowers and the nice flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's graduating class of 2001.
Don't
Ryan Nosel.
Graduate Jillian Hillebrand and escort Lauren Harris.
These are like mine. Can I duck up right now?
Graduate Stephanie Hilder and escort Shaunavon.
Graduates Vanessa Irvin and Sean Perot.
Graduates Michael Crystal and Katie Boone.
Graduates Jennifer LaBerge and Cameron McPherson.
Graduate Adam McGinnis and escort Kristen Paul.